Right. Hello, yoga friends, and happy Wednesday. I am Megan, and we are going to do a yoga flow this evening. As always, if you have a mat, grab a mat. No mat is required. However, just make sure you have something to pad your knees if you're on hard floor. If you like to use blocks or a couple of books to bring the ground up towards you, go for it. And tonight, if you want to grab a blanket or a cushion just to sit on, just to raise the floor up a little bit, you can do that too. But as always, nothing is really necessary. It's just options, right? And thank you for joining me. And tonight I thought we would do a really chill flow, focusing on self-love. And yeah, I know there's a lot going on right now. I know everybody's in their own place, and we've got a lot going on, a lot coming at us. So I thought a flow based on self-love would be a really nice thing to do this evening. So, and then we can let that love grow, right? Because it starts with ourselves, and we let it grow out to those around us and grow out to the world. So, starting here, and we're going to let that bloom out. So let's get started, and let's start lying down. Get all my stuff out of the way here, but get yourself comfortable. Go ahead and lie down, and if it feels good tonight to bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide for like a Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly pose, go for it, and then maybe bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. Just giving yourself a moment to really tune in. Notice how you're feeling. Notice the flow of your breath. Now, if the soles of the feet together, knees out wide does not feel relaxing to you, if it feels, bad in any way in your hips or your knees, you can choose a different variation for your legs too. Don't ever feel stuck. Listen to your body and modify, make this practice work for you. So again, tuning in with your breath. Actually physically feeling with your hands the rise and fall of your breath. And notice if you feel it more over your heart or if you feel it more in your belly. At this point, no need to control or change, just notice. And then from here, slowly exhale all the air out. And then let's breathe into the hand on the belly. So inhale, breathing into your belly. Feel the hand that's on your belly expanding up. And as you exhale, releasing. And doing that again a few times. The dog has decided to make an appearance. Inhale into the hand on your belly. Inhale, fill all the way up. Exhale, releasing down. And one more time, inhale, fill all the way up. And exhale, releasing down. And then noticing your breath here again. And before we begin moving, before you change anything, think about setting an intention for your practice tonight. Maybe your intention is to send yourself a little bit more love. Maybe there's something else that you're working on or wanting to let go of, or a different prayer that you have in your heart. But whatever it is, setting your intention for your practice. And then when you feel ready, take your time, releasing your hands. If you're in the reclined butterfly position, bring your hands to the outsides of your legs and use your hands to bring your knees together. And then from here, slowly bring your knees up into your chest. Hug your knees in, spin roll around a little bit. And then coming back to center, take your arms out into a T and drop both of your knees over to the right, coming into a twist. Let that left shoulder melt down. Breathe here. You want this to feel kind of good. So making some space in the left side. Tuning in again with the flow of your breath. And then again, on your inhale, bring your knees back to center. And as you exhale, drop your knees over to the left, coming into your twist on the other side. Right shoulder melts down, a couple of breaths here. Opening up through your heart, opening up to that right side and breathing into your right side. Long, deep breaths. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. And then from here, take both feet straight up towards the ceiling. You can grab the backs of your legs if you want to, or you can leave your arms down by your sides, whatever feels good. And then from here, just point and flex through your feet a couple times. Maybe roll through your ankles. Make it feel kind of nice. And then when you feel ready, bring your knees into your chest. Either roll over onto one side and use your hands to come up, or if it feels good to rock and roll a couple times, massaging up your back. Make it feel nice, whatever feels good. Come all the way up. And let's come onto hands and knees. So take your time. Hands are going to come underneath your shoulders, knees come underneath your hips. I will join you there in just a moment. But once you get yourself set up there, we're going to cat-cow a couple times. So you're going to inhale, arch your spine, looking up, letting your belly drop down. And then as you exhale, round your back and drop your head. And then just keep going. Follow your breath. Feeling the belly draw up towards the spine as you round into your cat. And then completely letting go through your center as you inhale into your cow. Times like that. Feeling your breath. Notice how it feels. And then on your next exhale, we're going to take it all the way back into child's pose. So taking your hips all the way back towards your heels, dropping your head. Maybe reaching your arms out in front of you. Letting your knees be as wide as they need to be. Breathing here. And then we're going to add in a little bit of a flow here. So on your inhale, you're going to slide forward into a kneeling plank. So shoulders come on top of your wrists, and then exhale, lower down. Inhale, tops of the feet plant. We're going to slide up into a cobra, opening up the heart, and then exhale, taking it all the way back into child's pose. Let's do that a couple times, just aligning the breath with the movement. So inhaling forward, exhaling to lower down, inhaling into the cobra, and exhaling all the way back. Maybe one or two more. Let's do two more. Inhaling, coming forward. Exhale to lower. Inhale to open up. And exhale back. Following your breath, you might be at a different part than me. That's okay. Everybody's breath is different. One more time. Follow your breath. Inhaling forward. Exhale to lower. Inhale into a cobra. Exhale back. Child's pose. So the next time you get back into your child's pose, pause there just for a couple of breaths. Notice how you're feeling. Notice the flow of your breath. And then choose to stay in child's pose or choose to transition into downward facing dog. Tucking your toes, lifting your knees. Feel your breath. If you're in your down dog, try and make your feet a little bit longer by taking your heels way back and stretching forward, or maybe even spreading out through your toes. Feel all 10 fingers grounding down into the floor. Feel your head, really let it go. And then on your next inhale, take your time. Let's slowly step the right foot forward between your hands. If it gets stuck, remember you can always just help it along the way. It doesn't have to get there on its first try. And then bring your back knee down to the floor. We're going to keep the left hand down on the floor. Bring the right hand to the right thigh. Press a little bit into that right thigh and then just a little twist towards that right leg. Breathe. Make it feel nice. And then exhale, bring that top hand down. Let's step it back. Go right back into your down dog or your child's pose. Give yourself a breath here. And then same other side. When you're ready, you're going to slowly step your left foot forward. Bring the back knee down. And then again, right hand stays down, left hand to left thigh. You're going to press your left hand into your left thigh and twist your upper body towards that left leg. Breathe here. Long, deep breaths. Make sure your shoulders aren't crawling their way up towards your ears. You can melt them down. Shoulder blades coming together and down your back. Deep breaths here. And then on your exhale, left hand comes down. Step your left foot back. Again, either downward facing dog or child's pose. Inhale, let's slide forward into plank one more time. Or kneeling plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Tops of the feet press down, heart opens up. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Or child's pose. Remember, child's pose is always there for you. On your next inhale, take your time, slowly walk your feet all the way forward to meet your hands. Coming into your forward fold at the top of your mat. Dangle here for a couple of breaths. Maybe grab opposite elbows. And just dangle. Anything else you want to do with your hands, go for it. Knees do not have to be straight ever. A little bend or a big bend might feel better in your knees. Long, deep breaths here. Feel the crown of your head. Feel your feet. Give yourself another breath. And then when you feel ready, releasing whatever you got going on in your hands, little bend in the knees, slowly roll all the way up to stand, stacking your spine as you go. And then once you reach the top, inhale, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart. Finding your center. Pause here, take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Sending yourself some love. Sending your body some love, your mind, your spirit, all these attributes that make up you. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. On your inhale, come about halfway up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way back up, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come back into your heart, finding your center. 2 more times like that. Just follow your breath. So inhaling all the way up, arms reach all the way up. Exhaling all the way down. Exhale, 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 all the way down. Inhale, coming halfway up. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up. Open up. Exhale, bringing it back into your center. 1 more time like that. Inhaling, opening up. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale up. Exhale, hands come into your heart. Good. Inhale, arms reach up. We're going to add on this time. Exhale, dive forward, forward, fold. Follow your breath. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step your left foot back. This time we're going to stay on the ball of the back foot. Keep the left hand down, bring the right hand to the right thigh. Press the right hand into the right thigh and twist towards that right leg. Maybe if you want to, take that right arm up towards the sky. Breathe. Keep dropping your right hip down as you lift that left hip up. Give yourself another breath. And then exhale, right hand comes down. We're going to step the right foot back, coming back into a plank or a kneeling plank. As you exhale, lower down. Inhale, tops of the feet press as you open up your heart into a cobra. And exhale takes you all the way back, either hips to heels for child's pose or downward facing dog. Notice your breath. Notice how you're feeling. See if you can take one more long deep breath. And on your next inhale, slowly step your left foot forward between your hands. Keep that left hand down, right hand to your, right hand down, left hand to your left thigh. Start to twist towards your left leg. And again, choose to stay here or choose to unwind that arm up towards the sky. Whichever one feels best in your body, do that. Breathe. And then exhale, left hand comes down. Step your left foot forward, or right foot forward to meet your left, coming into your forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart. Find your center, take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Let's keep going. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. So moving with your breath. Inhale, lengthen your spine, come halfway up. Exhale, fold it forward, plant your hands, step your right foot back this time. Staying on the ball of that back foot, keep your right hand down, left hand to left thigh, or left hand up towards the sky. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, top hand comes down to the floor. You're going to step the left foot back and lower down. Inhale into a cobra. Roll your shoulders back, open up your heart. And exhale, finding your way back, either down dog or child's pose. You're going to pause here for about 5 breaths. So notice your breath. Notice how you're feeling. Notice your face and your feet. Sending some love to those areas of your body that feel like they need a little more love today. And then on your next inhale, take your time, slowly step your right foot forward. Remember, biggest step, just help it along the way. Bringing that right hand to the right thigh or right arm up towards the sky. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, right hand comes down. Step your left foot forward and fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms reach up overhead. Open up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Let's add on a little bit. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Plant your hands, step your left foot back. Okay, we're going to stay with that same twist. So left hand stays down, maybe right arm peels right up towards the sky, or right hand to your right thigh, whichever one feels best. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, bring your right hand down to the floor. You're going to stay on the ball of the back foot if that feels okay, and come all the way up into high lunge. Take a deep inhale here in your high lunge. Feel your tailbone lengthen down, low belly lift. And as you exhale, we're going to anchor down that back heel. Maneuver your feet a little bit. Open it up into warrior two. Breathe here. Feel your breath. Feel that right arm reaching forward over your right leg, left arm reaching back over your left leg. Feel your feet grounding down. Feel the crown of your head reaching up towards the sky. Feel the sturdiness of your own feet and legs. Feel the fluidity in your hips, the openness in your heart, and the expansion of your heart all the way out through your fingertips. It's a lot going on in this pose. Give yourself another breath. And then take your left hand back to your left leg. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Open up that right side. Make it feel kind of nice. Breathe. Inhale, come all the way back up. We're going to straighten the front leg. Parallel your feet. So both of your feet are going to point towards the wide side of the mat. Wiggle your feet a little bit in towards each other. Turn your toes out and your heels in. You're going to bend your knees, pop down into a squat. A goddess squat. Now elbow comes down, low belly lifts. Hang out here for a couple of breaths. If you like to move around in your squat, in your goddess squat, you can. I do. Makes me feel better. But just notice what feels good for you. You might feel better being completely still. So give yourself that space as well. Another breath or two. So your legs are probably going to start to talk to you in this pose. And that's okay. We kind of work with our own edge here. You want to feel sensation, but we don't want to go anywhere near pain or strain or, biting the inside of your mouth or anything like that. So give yourself some space here. Breathe into the strength in your legs, but at the same time, show yourself some compassion as well. Another breath, and then inhale, straighten your legs. Ooh. From here, turn your right foot out. Left heel is going to turn away a little bit. Arms come out into a T, and we're going to come into triangle pose. So make sure your right toes are pointing again towards the front of your mat. You're going to reach way forward with that right hand. Right hand comes down to the shin, to the block, to the floor, wherever it falls. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Open up your heart here. So don't go so low that you can't open your heart. Come up a little bit so you can really rotate your right side of your rib cage up towards the sky. And reaching that left arm back. It's like you're laying against a wall. Breathe. Long, deep breaths. And on your next inhale, a little bend in that front knee. Let's come all the way back up. And exhale, both hands come down to the floor. Pivot onto the ball of your back foot and bring your back knee down to the floor. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. So we're coming into a low lunge. Remember, support yourself here. So if it feels better to keep your hands low or on your front thigh, go for it. Be nice to yourself. Maybe open up through your heart here if it feels good. But in order to do that, you got to anchor down your tailbone a little bit. Feel your low belly lift. So you have some nice support through your center. And that will allow you to get that openness through your heart. Another breath. And then exhale, hands come down to the floor. Let's step the right foot back, coming back into a plank or a kneeling plank. And then exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Bringing your arms down by your side. We're going to move into one Shalabhasana, so one locust pose, just one. So forehead down to the floor. As I said at the beginning, I was going to keep this chill. So nice chill Shalabhasana. So inhale, head, shoulders, knees, and toes lift. Spread through your toes. Think about getting really long in your spine. It doesn't matter how high you crank yourself up there. We're going for length. So give yourself some length here. Spread through your toes, reach forward through the crown of your head, give yourself another breath, and then exhale, lower down. Hands come underneath your shoulders, or a little bit further back. Inhale into a cobra, any size you want to be. And exhale, press it back, either hips to heels for child's pose, or downward facing dog. Give yourself a couple breaths. So which pose, when we're talking about down dog or child's pose, which pose could you utilize to show yourself some love? Maybe you need some more length in the backs of your legs today, and so you need to choose down dog. Maybe you need a little bit of a break, and so you need to choose child's pose, or maybe your hips need some love, in which case child's pose is an awesome option as well. So notice what you need. Notice what pose helps you to create space. And give yourself a couple breaths there. There's no better or best pose. Just because a pose sometimes feels stronger in your body doesn't make it better than a different pose. It's just what pose would feel good in your body today? What pose would help you to show love to your body? And then on your next exhale, slowly step your left foot forward. Let's go all the way up to the top of the mat. So follow it with your right, come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up, bring your arms up overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart. Find your center. Notice your breath. Remember your intention. Are you sending yourself some love today? Are you focusing on something else? Whatever is in your heart, feel it right now. And let's move on to the second side. So on your inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. On your inhale, lengthen your spine, come about halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, step your right foot back. Coming back into your lunge. We're going to keep the right hand down. Open the left arm up. Remember, hand can come to your thigh or it can open right up. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, top hand comes down to the floor. You're going to stay on the ball of the back foot if that feels okay, and come all the way up, high lunge. Take a deep breath here. Feel your feet grounding down. Feel your low belly lifting. Notice how this feels in your high lunge today. And then as you exhale, anchor down your back heel. We're going to open it up into warrior two. So again, maneuver your feet as you need to so you feel nice and sturdy. And give yourself a couple of breaths. Sometimes a nice sigh feels good. I needed a couple sighs today. So feel your feet grounding down. Again, feel the sturdiness in your legs. The sturdiness in your legs is what supports you in this pose. And then when you feel nice and sturdy in your legs, your hips will feel open and a little more fluid. You don't want to feel rigid through your hips. And then again, your center is supporting you, your heart is opening and expanding out through your fingertips. Our hands do the work of our hearts, right? So allow that energy of your heart to expand out through your fingertips. Give yourself another breath. And then on your next inhale, take your right hand back to your right leg, reach your left arm up towards the sky. Open up into a side angle. This is not a side angle, this is a proud warrior, an uplifted warrior. We haven't even done side angle today. Give yourself another breath. It's on my mind though. And then coming all the way back up into warrior two, we're going to straighten the front leg, parallel the feet. Again, so all your toes are going to point towards the long side of the mat. Wiggle your feet a little bit closer together. Turn your toes out and your heels in. And popping back down into that goddess. And breathe. Anything you want to do with your hands here. I should have said that on the first side. You can bring them down onto your thighs. If you like to reach them out or up, if you're feeling super fiery today, you can do that. But notice what you need. If you need a little bit more grounding, placing your hands on your thighs can help with that. If you need some uplifted energy, reaching those arms up can help with that. A couple of breaths here. Again, sending some love to your legs, your thighs, hips, quads. They're all there for you right now. Noticing, I just noticed my shoulders were way up by your ears. Notice if your shoulders are trying to help you. See if you can let them go a little bit. Another couple of breaths. And then on your next inhale, straighten your legs. And we're going to move it into triangle pose. So again, your right heel is going to turn away a little bit. Left foot's going to turn forward. Arms reach out. Reach way forward with that left hand. Left hand comes down, shin blocker forward. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Open up. Breathe. Remember, don't go so low that your heart cannot open. Come up a little bit so you can create space in your heart. How can you send love to your body in this pose? Maybe it's by softening through your knee a little bit or through your shoulders, coming out of it a little bit. Give yourself another breath or two. Laying back like you're laying against the wall. Or maybe if you have a wall right there, you can lay against the wall. That might feel nice. Good. On your next inhale, come all the way back up. Warrior two. Exhale, both hands come down to the floor. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot and bring your back knee down. Inhale into a low lunge. Remember, hands can stay on your thighs. They can reach up or out, anywhere you want to go. But if you want to go for the heart opener here, again, lengthen your tailbone down. Feel your low belly lift. You don't want to spill forward here. You really want to hold yourself up through your center. And that's what will allow your heart to open. And breathe. If you feel wobbly and you don't want to do this today, you don't have to. Give yourself another breath. And then exhale, both hands come down to the floor. Let's step the left foot back, move back into our plank. And then again, lower all the way down onto your belly. Again, just one locust pose, just one. Arms come down by your sides. Inhale, lifting head, shoulders, knees, and toes. If you like to interlace your fingers behind your back, you can do that here too. But again, only do it if it feels good. Inhale to open up a little bit more. And then exhale to lower down. This time, turn your head to one side, let your shoulders fall down. Give yourself a couple of breaths. And then bringing your forehead back to the floor. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Inhale into a cobra, any size you want to be. And exhaling back, down dog or child's pose. Breathe. Notice how you're breathing. Notice how you're feeling. Notice how you can send yourself some more love right now. On your next inhale, take your time, slowly step your right foot forward. And then follow your left. Inhale, come about halfway up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, come all the way up, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart. Finding your center. Taking a deep inhale here. And a deep exhale. Good. One more round. Here we go. Arms reach up. Inhale. On your exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Come about halfway up. Exhale to fold. Plant your hands. Step your left foot back. Same beginning here. We're going to keep the left hand down. Right hand either to right thigh or it can reach up towards the sky. For our twist, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, top hand comes down. Stay on the ball of that back foot. Come all the way up. High lunge. Deep inhale in your high lunge. And as you exhale, back heel comes down. We're going to open it up into warrior two. Pause here for a breath. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. On your inhale, left hand comes back to your left leg. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Open up. And this time, as you exhale, we're going to move right into that goddess pose. So maneuvering your feet, toes turn out, heels turn in. And then if you want to, moving towards either eagle arms with the right arm on top or crossing that right arm on top, or you can hug here, right arm on top. Breathing here. So backs of the hands can come towards each other, front of the hands come towards each other. If you're like, I don't know, I feel like I'm wrapped up like a pretzel, you can hug. Be nice to yourself. No need to force. And don't go beyond anything that your shoulders want to do today. Be nice to your shoulders as always. Notice your feet. If you feel like you're over gripping with your toes, let them go a little bit. Another breath. And then inhale, unwind. We're going to move right into triangle. So right foot's going to turn forward towards the front of the mat. Back heel turns away a little bit. Reach way forward with your right hand. Right hand comes down. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Leaning back like you're leaning into a wall. Taking a deep inhale here. Deep exhale. Inhale, bringing yourself all the way back up into warrior two. And exhale, both hands come down to the floor. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot. Bring the back knee down to the floor. Inhale into a low lunge. Remember, hands can stay low or they can reach up. And then moving into a twist. Hands come to heart. You can bring that left elbow to the inside of the left thigh or all the way to the outside of the right. Inside of the right thigh or all the way to the outside of the right thigh. Don't have to go too far here. You can be upright, you can be here, you can be here, you can be here. Doesn't matter, don't force it. The biggest twist of your life is not always the best. Just what feels good. If you want to tuck your back toes under and extend that back knee up, that enhances your pose, go for it. If that makes you feel like you're gonna fall over, keep that back knee down. Give yourself another breath. And then exhale, both hands come down to the floor. Maneuver my way back here. Step yourself back. Go right back into your downward facing dog or your child's pose. Give yourself a couple of breaths. And then everybody lower down onto your knees and come to seated. We're not all the way done yet. We're going to do the other side. I haven't forgotten about it. We're just going to do a couple poses on this side and then we'll switch it up. So from here, we're going to bring the right leg straight, bring the left foot to the inside of the right leg. And then on your inhale, little twist towards that right leg. Reach your arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, hinge forward, find your fold. Hands can be wherever they fall. They can come to the floor, they can come to your shin, they can come to your foot. They don't have to though. So breathe. Again, no forcing, no straining. How can you show yourself some love and compassion in this shape? Notice your breath. Notice how it feels to pause here. And on your inhale, come all the way back up. And then from here, we're going to keep the right leg at where it is. You're going to take your left foot or left leg a little bit more out to the left. So you're a little bit more wide-legged here. This may not be a huge movement with your leg. It's not for mine. It's more of a state of mind. So turning your leg or turning your upper body more towards that left leg now. We're going to take the right hand down either to the shin or to the floor. Left arm's going to open up towards the sky. So don't just start reaching over your ear. Start by opening up that left arm so that way you can get this really wide open space in your collarbones and in your heart. And then try to keep that opening in your heart as we start to do the side bend. So either reaching the left arm up and over your ear, or you can bring the left hand to the back of the head and rotate the heart open. Doesn't matter how low you get here, we're just going for some sensation in the left side, opening in the left side. I want this to feel kind of good. Breathe. Sending yourself some love in this shape. And your inhale, unwinding that top arm, come all the way back up. And then from here, last one we're going to do before we go to the other side. Let's bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Baddha Konasana, sit up really super tall. And then choose to stay or choose to start to hinge forward a little bit here. and breathe. See if you can soften through your shoulders, soften through your face. And remember, this hinge doesn't have to be huge. You can be upright here. You can be way forward if you need to be, but you're just going so far that you feel the stretch. Breathe. Sending your inner thighs and your hips some love here. And on your inhale, come all the way back up. And then this is not super fancy, but we're just gonna make our way back either into downward facing dog or child's pose, any way you wanna get there. It doesn't always have to be fancy. Inhale, slide forward into your plank, or you can skip this part if you want to. Exhale to lower down. Inhale into a cobra, roll your shoulders back, open up your heart. And then exhale, find your way back down dog or child's pose. Notice your breath. On your next inhale, take your time, slowly step your left foot forward. Follow it with your right. Come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart. Finding your center. Take a deep inhale here. And a deep exhale. All right, here we go. Last side. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. On your inhale, come about halfway up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Plant your hands, step your right foot back. We're going to keep the right hand down and find the twist, either left hand to left thigh or left arm up towards the sky. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, top hand comes down. Stay on the ball of the back foot, come all the way up, high lunge. Pause here for a deep inhale. And as you exhale, open it up into warrior two. Again, finding your feet. Pause here, take a deep inhale in your warrior two. And a deep exhale. On your inhale, take your right hand back to your right leg, reach your left arm up towards the sky. Open it up on your left side. And then from here, we're going to move it right into that goddess pose. Maybe left arm crosses in front of you as we work towards eagle arms. So both sets of feet are going to, or both feet are going to turn out towards the corners of the mat. Bending your knees right on top of your ankles. Left arm crosses on top of the right. You can hug here. You can bring the backs of the hands, the front of the hands. You could not do this at all if your shoulders are like, nope, I don't want to do that today. Breathe, couple of breaths. Moving around if you need to. Good. On your next inhale, we're going to unwind and open it right up into triangle. So that right heel is going to turn away. Left toes point toward the front of the mat. Reach way forward with your left hand comes down. Right arm reaches up. Triangle pose. Opening up here through the right side. Trying to make your left side just as long as your right. Extending your spine. Make it feel kind of nice. Inhale, a little bend in that knee, come all the way back up. And then exhale, both hands come down to the floor. Pivot onto the ball of your back foot, and we're going to come all the way up into that low lunge. So back knee comes down, tailbone lengthens down, low belly lifts as your arms reach up towards the sky. Or remember, support yourself as you need to. Hands can come to your thigh, they can come to the floor. Maybe opening up to the heart a little bit if that feels good. And then moving into the twist, hands come to your heart. We're going to twist to the left this time. So right elbow either towards the inside of that thigh, or it can come all the way to the outside of the thigh. But again, don't force. Don't force. This doesn't have to be huge. Breathe. If it makes you feel good in your body, not in your mind, but if it makes you feel good in your body, Tuck your back toes under and pick that back knee up. If that does not feel good in your body, keep that back knee down. Breathe. And on your next exhale, take your time, slowly unwind. We're going to make our way back either into downward facing dog or child's pose for just a couple of breaths. Feel your left side, feel your right side. And then when you feel ready, slowly lower down onto your knees and come to seated again. So this time, we're going to take the left leg out, bring the right foot to the inside of the right thigh, and we're going to start with Janu Sirsasana. So you're going to turn your upper body towards the left leg. Flex your left toes up towards the sky. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Remember that left knee does not have to be straight at all. And then hinging forward, maybe finding your shin, the floor, your foot, wherever you fall, it doesn't matter. And breathe here, just going for space. Softening through the shoulders, softening through your eyes. Sending yourself some love in this shape. Give yourself another couple of breaths. And then on your next inhale, take your time, slowly come all the way back up. And then again, we're going to take that right knee a little bit out to the right, or a lot, depending on your hips. And then upper body's going to twist towards that bent knee, towards your right knee. Left leg stays strong and foot is flexed. The leg doesn't have to be straight. Left hand is going to come down on your left thigh and start by peeling that right arm open. So again, you're creating this expansive open heart, and then you want to keep that expansiveness as you start to move into the side bend. So we're trying not to round into ourselves here. We're trying to open up our hearts. Hands can reach over your ear. You can bring your hands to the back of your head. And then again, we're going to hang out here for a couple of breaths. Breathe. Feeling your breath. Sending yourself some love. And I don't say that to be, I don't know, corny or anything. I know after a while it can sound a little corny. But as yogis, it's our job to go out and do what's right in the world. You know, it's our job to seek justice and to be centers for peace. And in order to do that, the work starts on the inside. And so we have to start by sending ourselves love. We have to learn how to love ourselves, even in those hard times. So that way we can choose right and we can choose love for those around us. Give yourself another breath. And then inhale, come all the way back up. And from here, we're going to, again, bring the soles of the feet together. Knees out wide. Baddha Konasana. Sit up really super tall. Feel the length in your spine. Feel the heaviness in your hips and in your legs. And know that it doesn't matter what your shape looks like. It doesn't matter if your legs are all the way down on the floor, if they're all the way up by your ears. It doesn't matter. We're all just getting the same stretch. And then you can stay upright or you can start to fold. And again, it doesn't matter if your face is on the floor or if it's not on the floor. We're just going for a stretch. Breathe. Notice how you're feeling. Notice the flow of your breath. Inhale, come all the way back up. Use your hands, bring your knees back together. And then this time, let's make our way all the way back onto our backs. So knees bent, feet on the floor. We're gonna move through bridge. As always, I always support supported bridge. So if you want to use a couple of books or a block, or even like a big cushion and bring it underneath your hips, you can do that, or a blanket. It's nice too. For supported bridge, you can do that. Otherwise, I'm gonna talk you through non-supported bridge. So what we're gonna do is press into the feet, lift your hips, and come up into a bridge. If it feels good to you to walk your shoulders underneath you a little bit, you can do that, but only if it feels good in your body. Feel that openness in your heart. Feel the expansion to the whole front of the body, expansive front of the body. Breathe. Feel your feet pressing down evenly into the floor. And then when you feel ready, slowly lower all the way down. Feel your hips settle. Feel your face soft. Notice how you're feeling. We're going to do 2 more because why not, right? 3 is a good number. When you feel ready, press into your feet, lift your hips, come back up into your bridge. If you're in supported and you just want to stay, you can stay. You don't have to keep coming down and go back up. We're going to do 2 more. So feel the space you're creating in the front of the body. Feel your feet. Feel your shoulders. Feel your heart. All the things. And then again, when you feel ready, slowly release and lower all the way down. Unless you're in supported and want to stay, in which case stay. Let's take a breath or 2, allowing your hips to settle, because we're gonna do 1 more. When you're ready, here we go, let's just go right into it. Press into your feet, lift your hips, come back up into your bridge. Couple of breaths, somewhere between 3 and 5, depending on the length of your breath. If you want to stay for 10 breaths, go for it. Somewhere between 3 and 5 breaths. And when you feel done, take your time, slowly release and lower all the way down. Give yourself a moment to feel your hips settle on the floor. Feel the back of your head. And then when you feel ready, take your arms out into a T. Bring both knees in towards your chest. And drop both of your knees over to the right, coming into your twist. And let that left shoulder melt down. Breathe. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. And exhale, drop your knees over to the left. Coming into your twist on the other side. And breathe. Make it feel nice. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. And then from here, take both feet straight up towards the ceiling, just like when we started. If you want to grab the backs of your legs, you can. If you want to leave your arms down, you can. Completely up to you. Give yourself just a couple breaths here. Letting the legs drain out. Noticing how you feel. And then moving from here, if it feels good, moving into happy baby, bending the knees, catching the shins, the ankles, the feet, even your heels if you want to. If it feels good, again, to roll around a little bit, you can. If it feels better to stay still, you can do that too. Whatever feels good. A couple of breaths here. Feel your shoulders heavy, feel your face soft. And when you feel ready, releasing your feet, we're going to move into our position for final relaxation. If you need any other little movements, go for it. I'm going to sit up, but you can stay laying down. Maybe flap your feet in and out a couple times. Let your legs be kind of wide, kind of like a starfish. Moving your arms away from your body. If it feels good to let your palms go face up. Taking up as much space as you need to. And then feeling your whole body. Your whole body. Melting down into the floor. Feeling supported. And giving yourself permission. Giving your body permission to let go. The work is done. And then giving your mind permission. Giving your mind permission to let go. Its work is done. And allowing yourself the space to rest here. Absorbing anything you need to take in. And letting go of anything that's not necessary right now. I'm going to be quiet for about 2 minutes, but I'll be back. If you have time to stay longer, go ahead and ignore me and stay as long as you like. But if you have the 1 hour time limit, you're right there. So when you are ready, take your time, slowly begin wiggling your fingers and your toes, Maybe stretch up through your arms and down through your legs, just like you're waking up again. And taking your time, slowly roll all the way over onto your right or left side. And use your hands to come up to seated. No rush, but finding your comfortable seat. If it feels appropriate to you, bringing your hands to your heart to feel in your practice. Sending yourself love and sending out a prayer for peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. And thank you all so much for joining me and practicing with me tonight. I will be back same time next Wednesday. Thank you.